Hello and welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Frank Noppenberger, your host, the athletic director at East Brunswick High School, and today is one of my favorite times of the year when I get to interview and speak to the outstanding junior athletes, or three of our outstanding junior athletes. With me, we have Rachel Huang. Rachel's a 3.9. You've earned varsity letters in field hockey, winter track, and spring track, correct? And in the middle is John Gerhatz. John is an outstanding football player and track athlete. 1 year running winter track or two, John? This is yours. And next to him is Amir. Amir, as you know, is an outstanding point guard for our basketball team, committed to Princeton already, and also has a 3.7 GPA. And we're going to talk about baseball later with you, Amir. Okay, let's start off with your plans for next year. Colleges, what are you thinking of? Where are you thinking of going? Amir, tell us about your process in the beginning. When did you decide on Princeton and why?
All right, well, I committed to Princeton in October, I think it was, and it's basketball tradition combined with its great academics. It was a no-brainer, so it's a done deal, and I look forward to going there in 2 years.
Are you tantalized at all? Like Krzyzewski comes up and he sees you and says, "Hey, Amir, Duke, Blue Devils."
Well, then I might have to think about it.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. John, Colgate?
Yeah, I've been communicating with Colgate throughout the year, and that'll be a great opportunity for me. I'm going up there on the June 15th for the one-day camp, and if I do well enough, then I might find myself there in 2014.
And that's for football?
Yes.
As an athlete or a position yet, or don't you know?
Yeah, I mean, I play quarterback at East Brunswick High School. Obviously, I'm 5'10", not going to play quarterback in college, but going for a wide receiver, running back position, but as an athlete.
And for the audience out there, tell us about that one-day camp, what goes on, and is it a tryout, basically?
Yeah, yeah, a one-day camp is definitely similar to a tryout. You just go up there and show them what you got, show them your skills. So you're going to go through their basic warm-up, get a feel for what it's like to play on their team, and then it's about competing to the best of your ability.
And who was invited? Not kids to develop their running ability or passing, but other candidates?
Yeah, no, it's not a camp where you'd go to sharpen your skills or anything like that. It's more of a, elite recruits that will maybe considering going to the school.
Right, good. Speaking of elite, Rachel, you're an elite field hockey player. Are you being recruited heavily? You have a favorite school?
Right now I'm looking at Rutgers. Rutgers is my top choice. They have a great facility, great program. I'm excited because they're moving into the Big Ten my freshman year. Well, if I go there. So the program is going to be that much more amazing.
And the Big Ten, are they always historically strong in field hockey? Is that a...
They have some really good teams, so we'll be playing against powerhouses.
Right. And most of them probably have turf, and you're used to playing on that, right?
Yeah.
Out and about west there.
Great facilities at East Brunswick High School.
Yeah, we do.
I love the turf fields.
But I meant that when you're out in the west there in the Big Ten, probably all because of the weather.
Yeah, AstroTurf.
Well, I'm not sure if it's AstroTurf, but that's okay. So and when they recruited you, they're looking at your speed also then, right? Good. John, I forget what your number is, but tell us about your number in football and why is that number? Why'd you pick that number?
I'm number 5. Really not much of a reason for picking 5. I like the number a lot, but now that I have it, I love it. And I don't think I would ever pick another number.
Oh.
So.
Besides you being the famous number 5, any famous football players number 5? I don't know. I think Paul Horning was 5. I got to check.
You know what? Jared Lynch was 5.
Jared Lynch
played right before me, and he was a phenomenal athlete at East Brunswick High School.
Good.
So thought I could follow his
Rachel?
footsteps.
Well, my number is 12, but there's no significance to my number. I was 11 freshman year, so I thought I would go with 2011, 11, 2012, 12, but then someone had a 13.
Didn't you get first
stopped.
dibs being the veteran and the...
Not really.
No.
I just let the senior take 13.
Right now, Amir, we were talking before about numbers.
Well, I wear number 5 like John, and I started wearing number 5 when I was younger because I like Jason Kidd, and ever since then I've just stuck with it.
Okay, we're going to get how you got involved in sports. Now, John, I'm pretty sure you were a Pop Warner kid all the way through.
Yeah, I can remember the day. Actually, I was about 4 years old, and you had to be 5 to play. But my dad took me up to the field and just, asked me what I thought, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I just couldn't wait. That was the longest year of my life, just waiting
To play?
to get on that field. And so the next year I played flag, and ever since then I've been playing.
And you were a skilled position back then? too?
Yeah, I always played some kind of running back, quarterback, always had the ball in my hands.
It reminded me last night at the boys lacrosse dinner, John Glasscock, Henry Glasscock, the goalie, he was telling us how excited he was when he first put on that uniform. He walked around his house with it,
Yeah.
being part of it. Rachel? Field hockey, I'm sure Coach Twardorf grabbed you somewhere.
Well, I started, I think in 5th grade in a rec program actually, at Heavenly Farms. And that was, I think, 1 month in the spring. So every year since 5th grade, I think the program didn't they didn't have it in 8th grade. So I took a year off before freshman year. But then once freshman year hit, then I started joining clubs and
you just love it, right?
playing, yep.
It's a great sport. And the change of the rules have made it a little more fluid and easier to watch. Okay, Mr. Bell, before I start beating on you about baseball, when did you start playing basketball?
Basketball, I think, was 2nd grade and fast break through East Brunswick.
Right.
And then in 4th grade, I started playing travel and AAU basketball, and ever since then I've played.
But you played baseball all during that time, too?
Yeah, I started playing baseball in kindergarten, t-ball.
And why did we give up baseball?
To concentrate on basketball so I could specialize in it, and I had to make a sacrifice, even though I love baseball.
Do you think you would have been as good as you are now if you still played baseball?
I don't think so, because I wouldn't be able to devote the same amount of time to basketball as I do now.
You remember when I gave you grief for not playing?
Yeah.
I saw you play center field. Well, you were fluid out there. You were good. Good. Goals for the athletic year, John?
Well,
let's go with the team goal for football.
Yeah.
Let's go this, and then maybe track individually or whatever.
So we have the new coach this year, Coach Molars, and we're all excited to get behind him. So, I mean, we're all just hoping for a winning record to make the playoffs and just, improve upon our past records and past teams.
And as you and I discussed, you pointed out that now there's an extra group in there for Group 5 football, and it may even make it a little easier to get in the playoffs. I don't know, but we didn't have a great year last year, but we weren't that far away from making the playoffs with a win here and there.
Yeah.
Rachel, we're going to get to South Plainfield this year, and go ahead.
Well, for field hockey, we definitely want to continue our success and make it to the GMC finals again, and win the GMCs. And this year, I think we're going to concentrate on making it very far in states because we do have a very good senior group.
Right. Do you think South Plainfield, there's a mental block there, although we beat them 2 years ago? You think?
I don't
You're not
think
intimidated by them?
No, I'm not intimidated.
Good for you. Amir, how do we repeat last year's basketball?
Well, it's going to start with a lot of hard work. We have to replace a lot of key guys, but...
Oh, boy, you rehearsed that answer, didn't you?
No.
Come on.
I've been asked it a lot.
Right.
And then we have to get back in the off season and work very hard. We hope to win another state sectional championship and hopefully get back to the RAC next year.
You excited about Coach Mott? Now,
Yeah.
You never personally played for him, right?
No, I never played for him.
You were one of the few ever that played as a freshman played varsity basketball.
Yeah.
Who was the other?
Rob, Uguba, and Mike somewhere?
Yeah, good job. Good. That's it. Not even Dave Wall did, who played in the NBA. Very good. John, you're a 3.8 GPA. You're in Model UN, right? How do you balance 3 sports, studying, being a good kid? I think you're a good kid, and just being a high school kid.
That's definitely one of the greatest challenges. Being a high school kid, you got to balance it, and it's all about sacrifice because there's a lot of times where you can go out and have fun, but you got to say, no, I can't. I mean, I got to study tonight, and you just got to manage your time well. You take the time out to really plan out what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and how you're going to do it. You can really achieve anything. I mean, I talked about setting goals to the Churchill kids
Right.
about a couple weeks ago, and that's really been great for me. Just setting goals, even if it's not a long-term goal, just short-term goals really helps you make it through the week, the day, even the next period.
Amir, how about you? Now, basketball, it's different in length, but it's definitely longer in season than football, because you get to school at 7:30 and you're not getting home 9:30 or 10. How do you do that?
Yeah, you have to definitely prioritize, get homework done on the weekends that you can do during the week. Can't go out with your friends sometimes. Sometimes you have to stay in and study, and you have to just stay committed.
Mm-hmm. School's over, you go home. Can you study when you go home, knowing that you had a big game coming up, St. Joe's or somebody? Can you concentrate and study, or is it just you chill
Not really.
out?
Usually I try and take a nap, then try and wake up and get a little bit of studying done before I go to the game, but not really.
How about you, Rachel? Same thing. And do you think you missed out on anything socially? Do you have regrets that you're so involved in three sports?
Well, I think there's definitely some sacrifices I've had to make, but overall, I've pretty much enjoyed playing three sports. I mean, there's nothing really I regret about doing any of the sports that I do. So I think I don't think I missed out on anything.
No.
No.
And so your typical day is get up, school, practice, come home, eat, study,
Sleep.
sleep. That's not bad. That's not bad. John, you've had quite a few different coaches. What values have you learned from those coaches that you could really say, you know what, I remember that coach in 8th grade telling me, or that freshman coach?
Just really hard work, because going through different coaches, when you lose that, seniority that you might have had the year before,
Mm-hmm.
and the only way you're going to prove to that new coach that you are the kid that the old coach thought you were is just working hard and just being a leader and just leading by example on and off the field. And if you do that, then any person should see that you are the player and leader that you are.
You've all had different coaches. Anyone can answer this one. Aren't these bunch of coaches all basically the same mold? Do it the right way. Be a team player, sacrifice the individual. Do you see that being the same?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know why that comes about. I mean, they're all a little different. How about you, Rachel? You got Sundberg, you got Cindy.
Well, I love them all. They're the best coaches I could ask for. I mean, they teach me a lot of stuff, hard work, doing, putting in time, gets you somewhere, and it's definitely, very good.
Now, all three of your coaches definitely put in the time, because I'm in there and I see them. Does that rub off on the kids when they say, man, Henning is still here? Henning's going to scout a game? Or Coach Todorov is still here doing this and doing that? Does that rub off on you guys? Do the kids say, wow, if Coach can do that, I can do that? Or am I in a Pollyanna world?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think nothing says dedication more than seeing your coach there after hours, early in the morning. I mean, they're always there, and you can always approach them at any time also.
Right. What about you, Amir?
Yeah, when you see your coach working hard, you just want to work just as hard as him. You don't want to let him down, and you feel like you have to live up to the expectations and set high goals for yourself, because the coach is working just as hard for it as you are.
All right. Rachel, this is going to be my book. I think it's chapter 7. What motivates you more, the fear of failure or the joy to win?
I'd have to say both.
Yeah, I knew you were going to. Why did I know you were going to go right in the middle with that one? There's no right or wrong answer.
Well, I feel like failure is what brings success. So, you fall down 7 times, get up the 8th time. I mean, you can't have. There's always mistakes and stuff, but the key is to work harder and overcome that.
Right. John?
I think you can't be afraid to fail.
Very good. Who said that all the time? Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
He played basketball in high school.
Yeah,
he was
did.
recruited, but he stayed with baseball. Go ahead, John.
You know, if you play afraid to fail, I was always taught you play afraid to fail, that you're going to play timidly and maybe you don't perform to the best of your ability.
Amir?
Well, I hate losing more than I like to win.
Yeah,
So,
that's basically.
yeah, so I've always hated to lose. So winning is fun and all, but the feeling you get when you lose sticks with you for longer than the feeling of winning.
Next year we're at the RAC and we're in the championship game, Group 4. Do you want to take that last shot?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. John, you want to throw that ball the last time, or do you want to sneak it in?
I'll probably run it in.
Rachel, you want to take that last penalty stroke to either win or...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a unique person to do that, you know. I mean, think about it. You're at second base, and there's a lefty up, and oh man, don't hit it to me. Hit it to the other guy. You know, that's good. I've always thought about this with younger kids. You made a decision going into your sophomore year to just concentrate on one sport, and you don't regret it.
No.
What would you say to a kid a 12-year-old that asks you that at 12 years old?
Well, I'd say continue playing all the sports as long as you love them. It's too early to give up on a sport and concentrate on just one sport at that age, because you're not really sure what you want to be or if you want to continue doing that sport through high school. Once you get into high school, if you want to specialize in a sport, it's a big decision, so you have to really be sure about it, because sometimes I do miss baseball, but I know choosing basketball, just concentrating on basketball, was the best decision for me.
Yeah, you keep telling me that. Now, why didn't you ever play football? John, imagine being throwing him as a wideout.
I actually played football since I was 5 up until about 8th grade, and then I stopped because I just lost the passion for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, John, the 12-year-old kid. Did you do any other sports as a youth?
Yeah,
play baseball.
I played baseball with Amir, actually.
Well, what position did you play?
I played outfield also.
Oh, so that's why he was
He
afraid.
was our shortstop.
I was shortstop.
Oh, so you went both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I played basketball, baseball, football. I mean, I don't play basketball or baseball anymore, and like Amir said, I do miss them sometimes. So, I mean, 12 years old is definitely too early, but I mean, I do track now to stay in shape,
But you're good at it.
but I'm successful
Right.
with track, so yeah.
When
definitely
did
don't
you
limit yourself.
decide to get away from basketball, or was it decided for you?
Well, yeah, basketball, I didn't think that I was skilled enough to go to the high school level. I mean, maybe if I stayed with it, but I just didn't have the passion that I have for basketball and baseball that I do for football, and I'll never lose that passion for football.
Right.
But with those two sports, I always thought that there was, you know, someone ahead of me, and that wasn't my sport.
Right. Because I just, the baseball, I just love baseball. But I guess
see.
you guys find it boring, because everything you want it now. The texting, the message, everything. Baseball, it kind of comes to you, the game. Rachel, what are you going to tell that kid? I don't know if I want to play field hockey or
Well,
maybe.
I think I started. I didn't play any other sports. I only played field hockey. So once I got to the high school, it was just field hockey for me. So, but I think that playing many sports, having that athletic ability, having that skill, that knowledge, I think it's great. Eventually, you're gonna have to specialize in one sport, and I just say pick the one that you developed a passion in, that you love, because it's just gonna be so much fun, and you won't regret anything.
Are you all year round? There's summer leagues, winter leagues, and everything, clinics.
Yeah, field hockey while I run track.
Right. But are you doing any field hockey stick work still now during the off season of field hockey?
Yeah, I do a program through the USA Field Hockey.
Right.
So on Sundays, I'm playing field hockey.
Okay. You're definitely motivated as an athlete. It's the same motivation academically there for you? Are you motivated to get an A in every class? Well,
I
maybe
think
your parents are listening. Maybe we shouldn't ask. What motivates you as a student?
I think just working hard. The fact that I can achieve something by studying really hard for a test. I always have a goal in mind, and that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me driven.
Do you have any AP classes or
I take AP English and AP History.
you have any APs, John?
Yeah, I take AP history.
Oh, man. You got that same motivation academically and athletically?
Yeah, I mean, I think with me, it's definitely, I'm a very competitive person, don't like to lose. So I bring that same attitude to the classroom. If I get a B or, a lower grade, I get upset with myself and, want to work to do
Right.
better.
John, you got a final coming up, and the teacher says, you know what, you got a solid B, John. You got a solid B. But if you get a 99 on this exam, you may get an A. You taking the exam?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Good for you.
I'm up all night.
Good for you.
studying.
Amir, you're definitely motivated as an athlete. We know that. You have that same passion.
Yeah, in the class.
Where's that come from? Home, parents?
Yeah, my mother is a big advocate of doing well in school, so I can't slip up at all.
Yeah.
And it's the same as in basketball. You want to be the best you can be, so you try and go in and get an A in every class.
Yeah, your mom and I had a couple conversations about you once about that stuff. That's good. Role models. We all have role models. John, who's your favorite? And we can't go with Lynch because we already did him.
Favorite role model?
Or do you have one, and who and why?
I do. I was watching NFL, A Football Life, and I saw one on Walter Payton. And ever since that day, that just really got inside of me. And a guy that works so hard. And one motto that's always been important to me is just you always got to work harder than the next guy. And he was definitely always doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Rachel,
Oh man.
besides me, who would be your role model?
Oh, I admire a lot of people. My coaches, my parents. Everyone inspires me.
Yeah,
They work hard. Yeah.
Derek Jeter says, and I'm a big Jeter fan, he says that you take a little of everybody. You may not like everything about this particular coach or athlete, but take the good parts of him. Your role model should be pieces of everybody. Jason Kidd, is that yours?
Well, right now it would be Kevin Durant. I love how humble he is, how hardworking he is, and just how he carries himself on and off the court.
Right.
And I've always looked up to him now. Well, recently I've looked up to him and just tried to emulate some of the things he does.
All right. Okay, we're getting out of time here, so real quick, in 10 years, I'm going to be sitting here, and there are going to be 3 other kids out here, and you're going to be watching this on, it'll probably Channel 2 by then. What are you going to be doing, Rachel, in 10 years?
Telling you right now, I'm not sure, but I'd say doing something that I really love to do.
Good.
Working hard at it.
Any idea what you want to do in college?
No idea.
That's okay. That's all right. It's a lot of pressure on you guys. Big John?
At the moment, I want to be a lawyer. So we'll see if that stays the same between now and the next 10 years. So I see myself as a successful lawyer.
I hope to be doing something in business. I'm not really sure.
Really?
And maybe getting into coaching in basketball or something.
Why not use your basketball? Well, do what you want. Whatever, Good. Real quick, we're running out of time. Your fondest memory, John, we'll pick on you first, of your current athletic.
Yeah, definitely.
High school. We don't want to know in 3rd grade you had
Definitely this past season playing at JP Stevens, it was a mud bowl, and I just had one of the best games of my
Yes, you
life,
did.
and I just felt like electric on the field, like no one could stop me. And I led the team to a victory. We won in literally the last second. And
right.
It was a great game.
And how about track?
Track, last year.
Any highlight?
Yeah, last year we had a great 4x4 team,
Right.
and we won at Penn Relays, and that was just
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was
great.
pretty exciting. Rachel, fondest memory?
I'd have to say in field hockey season, after the buzzer went off in the GMC finals, and the team came running out. That was my favorite moment.
2
when
years
I just,
ago.
Yeah, when I just saw like all my teammates smiling, I was so happy. I think there's a picture online, and my face is just like
Good.
it was embarrassing.
The irony of that goes to you that South Plainfield beat them twice during the regular season.
Yeah.
And then they beat South Plainfield in the finals, and because they jumped out at them real quick, you got two or three real quick goals, right, at our place. Fondest memory, you got a couple.
Well, I'd have to say winning the sectional championship this year against Trenton. I was so relieved and so happy that group of guys, how close we were and how together we were able to come out on top in the end, especially after the heartbreak against St. Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a great moment, and I've never been happier.
It was good. Well, I'm proud to say you're East Brunswick athletes. You certainly represent your family, your coaches, and your teams well. I appreciate you coming out, sharing some ideas with us. Hopefully the youth out there will use you guys as role models, and that's why I asked you to be here. And if they do, they'll be that much better off. I wish you best of luck in the upcoming season, especially this summer. I know what it's like for you guys as athletes, but I'm sure you'll be successful, and thanks again.
Thank you.